Hello, good morning, or afternoon, or evening, depending on wherever you are. My name is Romit Acharya, and I'm a product manager with Oracle's Enterprise Manager and O&M team. I welcome you all in today's presentation, which is all about Supercharge your fleet maintenance automation with new capabilities. DBS spend hours and hours reviewing, identifying, analyzing, and applying security updates, that is, database patching. And by the time they finish first iteration, the next iteration starts, and they seem to be immersed in the patching business forever. Well, we at Oracle are committed to building quality products for our customers and improving our solutions to ensure we make DBS life easy so that their precious time can be utilized in meaningful engagements. One such endeavor which we have undertaken is Fleet Maintenance Hub. In the later part of the presentation, we'll explore Fleet Maintenance Hub as an automation solution to secure your business critical assets. Automation not only improves your efficiency in completing tasks, but also improves the overall configuration and reliability of the system. Let me quickly introduce Ops automation solutions in Enterprise Manager. Database Lifecycle Management Pack provides a rich set of features that supports database consolidation, enforces standardization, and automates time-consuming tasks. Ops automation includes provisioning new clusters, patching, and upgrading databases, along with managing configuration changes and security compliance management. All of these are essential for your automation. With DBLM, you can manage and secure your assets compliance with industry and regulatory standards. You can manage configuration changes, especially undesired changes, to reduce the risk of breaches. You can leverage built-in autonomous health framework, that is ExaCheck, to secure and manage your Exadata infrastructure stack for any health, performance, and security issues. 2023 Gartner's top 10 risk indicates cybersecurity as number 1 and compliance as number 2. Data breaches are not new anymore or unheard about. With increased report of data breaches, it's extremely important for you to protect your databases from vulnerabilities. Companies are putting more thrust into elevating their IT risk management and measuring their security posture against the compliance defined by the respective security office. It is critical to make sure your database configurations are secure and compliant. You want to monitor and manage any deviations quickly to protect your sensitive assets. Another critical day-to-day operations task you must have in place is ensuring all your database assets have all the required recommended security patches applied that will help you to protect from breaches. And DBLM has a solution called Fleet Maintenance that helps you in achieving this along with compliance management. With the Database Lifecycle Management Pack, you can do comprehensive management of databases, starting from provisioning a database to securing them to be compliant with security policies. With this solution, you can automate complex patching activities, get automated security patch recommendations, helps you standardize Oracle Home configurations with its recommendations, enables you to be compliant with industry and regulatory standards, and helps you get stock of inventory and its utilization over a period of time. In today's session, we'll primarily focus on lifecycle management and patch recommendations with the intent to showcase solutions for you to secure your assets. Now, we are extending the same capabilities for Exadata Cloud. You just need one tool, that is Enterprise Manager, to manage your targets on-premise and in hybrid cloud. Just reiterating, with this pack, you can perform lifecycle management of your database assets, secure configurations, and manage compliance with your policies. With a brief introduction about Database Lifecycle Management Pack and the solution it offers, in upcoming slides, we'll review some of the core challenges towards patching and how fleet maintenance as a solution can help you replace most of the resource intensive and error prone activities with its automation. We'll see the benefits our clients can expect with this tool. But before we explore our automation solution for patching, it is important to understand some of the challenges customers face. Unpatched systems carry significant vulnerability risk, and if you look at various breaches, you'll find four key macro level reasons. Number one is unpatched systems. Assets with missing security patches that makes them highly vulnerable. If you look at the industry report, you'll see about 21% of the breaches are due to unpatched systems, even though patches were available but not applied. Number two is misconfigurations. Again, if you look at various data breach reports, you'll see nearly 50% of the breaches are due to misconfiguration. And this has become the preferred way for bad actors to exploit and get hold of sensitive information. Misconfiguration error occurs when an employee, typically a system administrator with elevated privileges, stands up a production environment without aligning with the security controls defined by the security team. Third challenge is tied to configuration sprawl. What this essentially means is there are way too many configurations of the same product in your environment, creating a configuration pollution scenario. The challenge is managing numerous variants of Oracle homes created by various users within your organization. Within a short period of time, you'll reach a point where it becomes unmanageable. And these configuration variations increases your risk and support costs. If you're doing all this with homegrown scripts, your overall cost over a period of time is bound to grow higher. Fourth challenge is compromised credentials. Bad actors continue to drive breaches. In 2022, 82% of the breaches involved the use of stolen credentials, weak passwords, shared credentials, and privilege misuse. People continue to play a very large role in security incidents and breaches. These are precisely some of the reasons why everyone in your organization has a role to play with the key strategic priority of securing customer data. In this session, I'll focus on a couple of these challenges and show you how fleet maintenance can be leveraged to address these challenges. At a high level, fleet maintenance is enterprise managers' patching and upgrade solution. You can secure your databases and grid infrastructure by applying all required patches. From operational perspective, fleet maintenance provide recommendations of Oracle published patches as and when Oracle releases them. Identify your database targets that are missing these recommended security patches. Isn't it great that two of the most time-consuming tasks are taken care by fleet maintenance? Every business is different and has a unique process. Customizations play an important part in ensuring that business process runs smoothly. Often, after patching or upgrade, customers face challenges in their customized setup. And this is due to the new piece of code introduced as a part of patching, which overwrites the custom code. Fleet maintenance gives you the ability to include scripts, which can be executed during predefined phases of patching, so that you can reintroduce customizations in your environment. You don't need additional downtime or a separate maintenance window. These can be taken care during the same patching cycle. So, once the environment is available after patching, all your customizations will be in place and your business process will continue to run smoothly. You can use fleet maintenance to patch or upgrade databases at scale in different ways. You could leverage REST APIs for end-to-end automation via a DevOps tool like Ansible, Chef, or Terraform. Or you can call these interfaces from other orchestration engines like ServiceNow. Or you can use Smart User Interface. So, what's in it for you? Well, There are tangible benefits. Fleet maintenance will enable you to always have security first or patch to secure process in place. You can comply with your patch policies. Get insight into vulnerabilities in each of your managed targets. Provide configuration recommendations so that you can standardize on well-known set of configurations and lower your overall operational expenses. We shall talk about each of these things in greater details in subsequent slides. Today, the current trend is cloud adoption, and therefore modern businesses have footprint across hybrid environments. You need one tool that works across these hybrid environments, as using different tools for each environment creates silos, inefficiencies, and skill gaps in the team. For patching databases across this hybrid environment, Enterprise Manager is your one tool. So, what benefits you'll get from Enterprise Manager? To name a few, consistent user experience. No new skills to be learned for on-premise or cloud asset. Schedule patching operations. You can have a process like deploy Tuesday and update Saturday. Fleet maintenance gives you flexibility in scheduling deploy and update operations. Get security patch recommendations and automated risk assessment. And you can troubleshoot any issues with ease, retry, and resume from procedure activity. As mentioned previously, fleet maintenance is the solution for you to keep your assets secure by ensuring all security patches are applied. It supports databases 11.204 onwards, all the way to 21C, and beyond across a broad range of underlying environments. You can patch and upgrade single instance databases, multi-tenant databases, rack, and grid infrastructure. These database assets can be updated with or without data guard configurations. There are 3 macro level steps involved in upgrading and patching your assets. Number 1, you scan your fleet to identify configuration pollution or missing security patches and get the recommendations. Number 2, you create a gold image with the relevant security patches and subscribe database assets to this gold image. And lastly, you deploy the gold image and switch these assets to the new Oracle home. Well, that was a very high level introduction to fleet maintenance and its key capabilities. Let us take a real life scenario to see fleet maintenance in action and the ease it will provide to DBAs and other benefits. Oracle recommends that customers always apply the latest critical patch update for protection against known vulnerabilities. And can our customers do that? Well, Oracle publishes critical patch updates, that is CPUs, every quarter, and these CPUs fix vulnerabilities. So you should make sure that recommended security patches are applied on all affected database targets at the earliest. This may sound simple and easy, but let's take a real-time scenario to review and assess the challenges of applying CPUs in real time. As mentioned earlier, the release of CPUs is every quarter. In July, Oracle published the CPU that had few recommended security patches. If you assessed and applied those patches before the next CPU release, you have done well to keep your assets secure. But most of the time, that is not the case. You are still figuring out the patches or their impact on the system, or still need time to apply these patches in production. And by the time the next CPU, that is October, has been published. With October CPU having new recommendations, your backlog now stands at July CPU plus October CPU. If the same scenario prevails, and with the availability of next CPU, that is Jan CPU, you now have a backlog of CPUs from July, October, and Jan. This has added more complexity and challenge to have these patches applied. At this time, we are only focusing on the increased number of CPUs. But most importantly, you have database targets missing security patches for the last 9 months, which makes them highly vulnerable. This is not a position where you should be. With April CPU, which has its own set of recommended security patches, the situation is more dreadful. Cumulative from last 4 quarters, you have ended up with good number of recommended patches. We can see that at a bare minimum, if you're not aligned with the quarterly patching cycle, you essentially increase vulnerability risk for your database targets and increases the OPEX. Hence, it is of utmost importance that you patch your databases in a timely manner. How about if you have a tool that provides an automated prioritized list of recommended security patches when they are published, gives you insight into affected database targets, and has a workflow to apply these patches to the affected targets to ensure patch compliance? Well, that tool is fleet maintenance. This is where our brand new fleet maintenance hub comes into play. This is a brand new feature, the hub for all fleet maintenance activities. Let us look at this in more detail. Fleet Maintenance Hub is a powerful one-stop place for customers to get insights into vulnerabilities in database assets, apply patches to the affected targets, and secure each of those. Hub is a single pane of glass for security patch recommendations, vulnerabilities assessment, and patch operations. There are 3 powerful solutions in the dashboard. Let me walk you through each of them. Solution 1 is focused on the middle dashlet in the screenshot, which we call patch recommendations for images. As and when Oracle publishes quarterly CPUs with either online or offline mouse connectivity, this brand new hub will automatically give you insight into affected gold images. If you have 6 different gold images, each catering to different database versions, or target type, or platform type, this dashboard will show you the precise list of patch recommendations for each image. If a given image is up to date, right at the top middle dashlet, you'll see green in the donut chart, indicating it's up to date. If a given image is affected, you'll see the number of impacted images. And in the table below, for each affected image, you can see the number of patches that are missing. For example, if there are 6 recommended security patches for one image, the dashboard will show you that. And you can click on that for detailed insight into each of those 6 recommendations, along with the CVE base score. For this image, the dashboard will also show you the total number of subscribed targets. Clicking on the total number will give you insight into the list of those databases. It will also show you target patch compliance graph. If you see any red, it essentially means some targets are affected because of the released CPU. You can use the action menu item to apply patch to these affected targets once the corresponding gold image is refreshed with all required patches. So this is one-stop place, giving you single pane of glass view for security patch recommendations, insight into vulnerabilities, and workflow to apply those patches to keep your assets secure. Solution 2 is focused on database targets as shown in the third dashlet at the top. This will tell you how many total number of targets are part of all these images cumulative and show you affected targets because of the impacted gold images. And you can drill down to get details of specific database targets. From the grid, you can find out the target details associated with the subscribed image. From actions, you can launch the update operation. There is also a filtering mechanism. You can either choose the filtering criteria by selecting the drop-down options present just above the grid or from the dashlet. You can click on a particular part of the chart that is compliant or non-compliant, and the table will be populated based on that criteria. Solution 3 is another powerful solution as shown in the first dashlet. Many times, not all your databases will be part of an image, that is, subscribe to image. And the fact that it is not subscribed to image implies those are vulnerable and ideal candidate for breaches. We recommended all databases that you deploy are subscribed to the image so that you reduce the security risk. In today's world, you provision or clone hundreds of databases at regular intervals. It is very challenging and also time consuming for the DBS to keep track of each of these databases and determine if it is subscribed to an image. This first dashlet solves that problem for you. As and when EM discovers and manages a new target, this dashlet will automatically give you insight into the number of databases and grid infrastructure that is not part of any image. It also gives you the option to multi-select and associate them to one of your desired gold images. Once you complete that, you have all your databases as part of the patch compliance plan. With this brand new fleet maintenance hub, you can subscribe all targets to gold images and reduce the overall risk of breaches. Get insight into recommended security patches, refresh gold images, and apply those to subscribe targets to enhance your security posture. And make sure your targets are always compliant with your patch policies. With Fleet Maintenance Hub, you as an administrator will get one-stop place for insight into vulnerabilities, workflow to refresh and apply the patches, giving you tangible savings in your day-to-day operational activities, eliminating any potential human error, and most importantly, keeping your patch levels compliant with your policies. This is just a pictorial representation of 3 macro-level steps to secure your assets by applying all security recommended patches using Enterprise Manager's Fleet Maintenance solution. Create a gold image from the reference environment with all required patches. Deploy the refreshed image to the non-compliant targets and update the targets to make it compliant and secure. This is a high-level sneak peek into an upcoming single pane of glass for you to enhance the overall security posture of your assets. This evaluates our existing fleet maintenance user interface. The existing UI provides a smart and intuitive interface that guides you through setting up and performing all patching tasks for your database assets. You can schedule the entire patching operation in one flow that includes deploying the software, migrating the listener, and updating the database. UI also provides you an option to include scripts that can be executed as a pre or post during deployment phase and update phase. This is of immense benefit as it helps you to restore customizations which are usually lost when we perform database patching or upgrades. So you don't need any additional outages to restore them. In the same maintenance window, the customizations can be restored back. Using this UI, you can track various operations at every step, which also gives you actionable insights for you to act upon. UI gives you the option to drill down and check the exact process which is executing, and if something goes wrong, you can fix and retry it. You also get an option to ignore and proceed to the next step. Compared to command line, where you have to open multiple terminals to review many logs, UI not only makes the monitoring easy, but also troubleshooting, as UI can easily point you to the errored out section. There are built-in pre-checks to improve the reliability and diagnosability of the patching operations, which you can make use of it before submitting the actual patching operation. We continue to add more capabilities to fleet maintenance. In the past few months, we have expanded UI capabilities. You can upgrade a database instance to PDB. You can roll back grid infrastructure and Oracle restart failures. You can upgrade and patch pluggable databases. You can use the chaining option in deploy and update operations. From security perspective, we have PAM integration in place. You can use the PAM solution during the update and upgrade processes. We are now also supporting TDE-enabled databases by making use of init file. And finally, we have APIs and CLIs for getting patch recommendations information that can be used for refreshing your gold images. That's a very quick, high-level insight into fleet maintenance. Here are more resources available for you to learn more about fleet maintenance. There are few videos and documents showing why and how you can secure your assets. Happy to answer your questions now. Thank you.